वै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बोफलसारभक्षितं उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजं। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणीं विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। सदाश्मीरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं स्थिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रं सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायाप्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यं दयानन्दरूपं मदाचार्यं दयानन्दरूपं
सगळीकडे फोटो काढले. हा, तिथे नाही काढले पाऊस
ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः। It is said that the Ramayana and Mahabharata are connected in some way. The story goes that the four Brahma Kumaras, Manasaputras, the children of Brahma, born of his mind. So they are Sanaka, Sanandana, Sanatana, Sanat Kumara. These four children, even when they are grown up, they had the appearance of young boys. And they went to meet Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha, so where Vishnu's residence is. There they were blocked by the two doorkeepers, Jaya and Vijaya. So Jaya and Vijaya, they thought that these are young children and Lord Vishnu is taking rest, he should not be disturbed. So They asked these children to go away. In spite of many pleadings, the gatekeepers didn't listen. And this four rishis, so they put a curse on the gatekeepers that they will be born as Rakshasas. Okay. Or rather, they'll be born on earth again and again. Not as Rakshasas, but they'll be born again and again. And when they realized the mistake, the doorkeepers asked for forgiveness and said, please, Lord Vishnu himself came out and recognized his voice and said, Jaya, Vijaya, what did you do? You made a great mistake and you got cursed. So the doorkeepers asked for forgiveness, and the rishis that we can not remove the curse, but we can make it less. You can choose between having having 7 janmas on earth as devotees of Bhagavan, or you can have 3 janmas as enemies of Bhagavan. Okay. Now, Jaya and Vijaya, they were so devout, even though they were gatekeepers, they were the devotees of the Lord. And they said, we cannot wait for 7 janmas. So please let us complete our janmas as fast as possible. So give us only 3 janmas, but uh, we want to think of you constantly, even when we are born in those 3 janmas. We cannot bear the separation. So the Lord says, okay, you can be born as Rakshasas in 3 consecutive janmas. So Rakshasas are those who are inimical to the gods. And as Rakshasas, they, uh, by nature, they are meant to create disturbance in society. Jaya Vijaya said, never mind, even though we are born as Rakshasas, we will remember you because as enemies, we can never uh, avoid thinking of you. You as a Devata will always be on the side of the gods, and we will be against you. So all the time we will be thinking about you, even though not as a uh, not with devotion, but with hatred. So even hatred is something that connects us to Bhagavan. The Lord says, Tatastu, and he said that in every janma, I will personally come and bless you in terms of fighting and killing you. Jaya Vijaya were ecstatic and said, thank you. Dying at your hands is the most blessed thing we can think of. So, in the first birth, Jaya and Vijaya were born as Hiranya Kashipu and Hiranyaksha. Hiranyakashipu was Prahlada's father, and he died at the hands of Narasimha. Hiranyaksha was a brother of Hiranyakashipu, and he died at the hands of Lord Vishnu in the form of Varaha avatar. So Varaha avatar was the avatar taken to destroy Hiranyaksha. Narasimha avatar was taken to destroy Hiranyakashipu. So in Narasimha avatar, the Lord comes as half lion and half man. Okay. The interesting thing about Narasimha killing Hiranyakashipu was Hiranyakashipu had asked for a blessing that he cannot be killed in the daytime or in the night. He cannot be killed by a human being or an animal. He cannot be killed on earth or on the sky. He cannot be killed inside the house or outside the house. So he had practically asked for immortality. He did tapas, and Lord Brahmaji said, I cannot make you immortal, but I can give you that nobody can kill you inside or outside, sky or the earth, the daytime or nighttime. When Lord Narasimha came out of the pillar, he caught hold of Hiranyakashipu, took him to the doorway, and on the threshold of the door, he kept a chair. He sat on the chair and took Hiranyakashipu on his lap, and exactly at the time of midnight or midday, I'm not sure. Midnight, I think, yeah. So neither day nor night, neither inside nor outside, neither man nor lion. So everything together. He's both man as well as lion, and he tore out the the chest of Hiranyakashipu and he killed them. Okay, so this was the first Janma as Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. The second Janma, they were born as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. Ravana's brother Kumbhakarna was a huge giant of a person, and he had a boon that he can sleep for 6 months of the year, and 6 months he is awake. So Kumbhakarna was killed by Rama himself, and so was Ravana. He was killed by Rama. You all know the story. In the third Janma, the Rakshasas, their power had decreased. So in the first Janma, the Rakshasas' power was extreme. So they threatened the whole world. In the second Janma, Ravana and Kumbhakarna were powerful only in a local area. And in the third Janma, Jaya Vijaya were born as Shishupala and Dantavakra. They were cousins of Lord Krishna, but they hated him because I think they were related to Rukmini. So Rukmini, so one of the Dantavakra or Shishupala. So they wanted to marry her, but Krishna uh, married Rukmini and ran away with her. Okay, so Dantavakra was all the time inimical to the Lord Krishna, and so was Shishupala. Shishupala kept on abusing Krishna over 100 times, and Krishna had given a vow that he will not uh, hurt Shishupala in any way until his thousand insults are not over. So once 1,000 insults were over, right in the middle of a meeting at Duryodhana's palace, where Krishna had gone as an ambassador for working out a peace formula. There, Duryodhana had refused this peace formula, and Shishupala kept on abusing Krishna until Krishna said, 1,000 insults are over. Now I kill you. So he took his Krishna took his Vishnu Chakra and sliced off Shishupala's head. Similarly, Dantavakra also, on another occasion, he was killed. So, but the killing of these two were not the main purpose of Krishna. His purpose was to establish dharma and to create a peaceful society in which adharma was negated. So his main purpose was to kill Duryodhana. Dantavakra and Shishupala were by the way. So after these three janmas, this two people, they were reborn again back in Vaikunta as Jaya and Vijaya. So even through hatred, somewhere they kept on thinking of Lord Vishnu until they were blessed by Lord himself. They were killed by Lord Vishnu and they were released of their curse. Okay, so in this way, you find that Mahabharata and Ramayana both are connected by Lord Vishnu, who plays a major part in both of them. So we come to the fourth chapter in which the Lord says, I have been born again and again, and so have you, Arjuna. The difference between us is that I know all my janmas and you are ignorant about me. That is because you as a jiva are born with ignorance. I as a Lord, I am not born with ignorance. I am born with the full knowledge of myself. Let me share the screen. Are you able to see?
Yeah, we can see.
Krishna says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam. Whenever dharma goes into a decline and adharma, that is wrongdoing, becomes extreme. So that is the time when I recreate myself. I create myself as a human being in order to correct the wrongs of society. My
आपको पता
function,
है नहीं आने वाला
my
वो
function is
time
paritranaya sadhanam,
they will send
paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. So, for the sake of protecting the good people, sadhu. The word sadhu, nowadays it means a monk or a mendicant. The word sadhu simply means a person who follows the good path. Anyone who is a good person is said to be a sadhu. Nowadays, sadhu also means bechara. बेचारा रे ये तो साधु आदमी है ये तो he does not know anything about the ways of the world. He is very innocent person. So merely by being innocent, you cannot get what you want in this world. You have to be chalak. You have to be clever and beg, borrow, or steal. You have to fulfill your dreams. Okay. So, yes, one thing is you cannot be a simpleton and get what you want in life. You have to be, uh, you have to know the ways of the world. Okay. Lord Krishna himself is an example, as opposed to Yudhishthira, who was totally sticking to speaking the truth. He could never think of telling a lie because he was born of Lord Yama, who is called Dharma Raja. Lord Yama is Dharma Raja. Yudhishthira had all the qualities of Yama in terms of pursuit of truth and ethics. So he lived a life of ethics, and he had to pay for it also, because he never knew where to draw the line. Even speaking truth, you have to draw a line at some point. Beyond that point, truth becomes, I wouldn't say a liability, but truth is inappropriate. For example, if you talk about a person who is serving his country as an intelligence officer, now this person is going into the enemy country to get information, and he's caught there, and he's told, please tell us the truth. Who are you? And what are the secrets that you have passed on from our country to your country? Now there, if this intelligence officer speaks the truth, so he's going against a larger ethics that my country is more important than my personal uh, needs. My personal need is I need to be ethical, but I am not my own person. I am a representative of the country. Therefore, I have to have the interests of the country. If I can speak the truth, I am betraying my country. So he gives a whole different set of lies, and he escapes without any harm. Yes, he has spoken an untruth. At the same time, there was a greater truth. His service to the country was a greater truth. So for that greater truth, he sacrificed a personal truth. Okay, so the Mahabharata says that you can sacrifice one person for the sake of a family. You can sacrifice, I think it's Manu Dharma Shastra, I think. You can sacrifice one person for the sake of a family. You can sacrifice one family for the sake of a village, one village for the sake of the district, one district for the sake of the country, and one country for the sake of the world. And one world you can sacrifice for the sake of the Atma. That means if you are pursuing self-knowledge, the absolute fulfillment, you can drop all your responsibilities and just pursue self-knowledge. So even ethics is not watertight compartment. Ethics also is based on situations. So it has to be appropriate to your situation. For example, if telling a truth is going to cost the life of somebody, better don't speak the truth. Why? Because you're saving somebody's life. So in matter of life and death, the application of ethics is not the same. To protect somebody's life, yes, you can tell an untruth. Okay. So here there is a line beyond which you uh, cannot say, I will practice ethics, I'll practice the truth all the way. You have to see whether it is appropriate. In some situations, non-hurting is more applicable than telling the truth. In some other situations, truth is more important than non-hurting. Yudhishthira could not see the difference between telling the truth and uh, his duty as a king is to protect the country. He sacrificed his country for playing the game of dice. Okay. And he said, my duty as a king is not to say no if anybody challenges me to play a game of dice. As a Kshatriya, it is my duty to say yes. So there he was really a sadhu, a simpleton, whereas Krishna so helped Yudhishthira to come out of this type of thinking. At one stage, he made Yudhishthira tell a lie. And it is said that Yudhishthira's chariot, which was always one, uh, 1 inch above the ground. It was not touching the ground because there was a layer of truth which kept his chariot elevated. So when he told the lie, the chariot came down and touched the ground. That means he became like any other ordinary mortal. This itself tells you that, yes, you cannot be a simpleton. You have to be educated in ethics to see what are the limits of ethics and where, what is the difference between compromise in ethics and interpreting ethics. Interpreting ethics is one thing. Compromising on ethics is totally a different thing. So Krishna says, my duty is to protect the sadhus, paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, for destroying the evil, dharma samsthapanarthaya, for protecting dharma, sambhavami yuge yuge, I am born again and again. Krishna talks about himself. He says, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha. No karma is attached to me. I am the Lord. I am not limited by my karma. I am not dependent on karma phala. Therefore, I am free from karma. I am free from karma phala. Iti mam yobhijanati. In this way, anyone who recognizes me as the one who is absolutely free, such a jnani karma bihi nasabhadyate. That knower, the one who knows me in essence, such a person becomes free from all karma. This is the power of knowledge. The one who knows that the Lord is free from all karma becomes himself or herself free from all karma. For the simple reason, there is no essential difference between the Lord and the devotee. Here, a story again comes to mind. Lord Rama had Hanuman as his devotee, and after the war was over, Lord Rama was coronated, and Hanuman was sitting all the time at the feet of the Lord. Whenever he was close by, whenever he was away, he could close his eyes and just think of the Lord and take his name. Sita ji was looking at Hanuman. she walked by and saw Hanuman meditating. So when Hanuman opened his eyes, Sitaji asked him, Hanuman, what are you doing? Hanuman said, I am thinking of Lord Ram. Sitaji asked, you are so devoted to Ram. Can you tell me what is your relationship with Lord Rama? Hanuman said, with respect to my body, I am Hanuman. Lord Rama is a king. I am a monkey. Okay. As a monkey, I am a servant of my master, Lord Rama. I am serving him and I am a servant. Lord Rama is my master. He is a Swami. I am a Bhrityaha. I am a servant. In terms of my individuality as a living being, not just a monkey, but a living being who's born again and again, I am a part of Lord Rama. Lord Rama is a creator of the universe. I am a created being. I am a Jiva. He is Ishvara. So, as a Jiva, I am a devotee of Lord Ishvara. I am part of him. As Hanuman, I am a devotee. As a Jiva, I am part of Ishvara. Ishvara is everything. I am very little. Vastu tastu tvamevaham. In fact, Lord Rama was standing in front. So Hanuman addresses Rama and says, in reality, O Lord, I am nothing but you. There is no me, there is only you. So I am one with you. Iti me nischita matihi. This is mine. In fact, the story also goes that Sita asked Hanuman, why are you saying I am a servant of Ishvara? Why don't you say I am Brahma? Okay. Hanuman said, I am a dasa of Rama. Sita asks, he says, don't say dasoham, say soham. Soham means saha, that Lord, aham, that Lord is me. Hanuman was not happy. He kept on saying soham, soham, but it kept on coming out as dasoham, dasoham. Okay. Then Sita said, okay, you keep your dasoham, no problem, but add one more sada, sa, add one sa to dasa. So sada soham. Okay, you can keep your dasoham, but make it one letter extra, sada soham. At all times, I am the Lord. Hanuman kept chanting and he was not happy. So I added one more the and said dasa dasoham. I am the servant of the servant of the Lord. So dasasya dasa. I am the servant of the Lord. So Sita could not win this game. So she asked Rama himself, please tell him, ask him what is the real relationship between you and him. In fact, both of you are really speaking as Ishvara. He is non-different from you. So Rama asked Hanuman, Hanuman, please tell Sita what is our relationship. So Hanuman said, Deha bhavena dasoham. So with respect to my body, I am a servant, you are the master. With respect to my jiva, jiva bhavena tvad amshakaha. I am a part of you. Vastu tastu tvameva aham. In reality, you alone are me. Iti me nishchitamatihi. This is my ascertained understanding. Okay, I have no conflict. I am a devotee. I am also one with you. I am a jnani. Okay. So think of knowledge as an X-ray vision. An X-ray vision can scan your body and look into your bones. Okay. You don't have to cut open the body. You just have to have an X-ray vision through which you can see the bones in the body. Similarly, for a jnani, you don't have to eliminate the physical body in order to appreciate the Lord through your physical body, through your limitation, through all your conditions. If you have this X-ray vision, you can recognize the presence of the Lord right here, right now. So you may play your part as a human being, but you are not a human being. You are a spiritual being who is one with the entire universe. You are experiencing a human form or a few human experience, but you are a spiritual being. You are not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. Therefore, as a human being, you are a devotee. As a spiritual being, you are the Lord of the universe. So Krishna says, anyone who recognizes me for what I am free from karma, karma phala. The jnani also, who knows me as I am, he is also free from karma and karma phala. So Krishna says, karmani akarmaya pashet, akarmani cha karmayaha. The one who sees karma in akarma and one who sees akarma in karma, sa buddhiman. Karma is in the relative field, in the relative sphere. In the absolute, there is only akarma. As the real, you are free from karma. As a human being, you are connected to karma. Therefore, while doing karma, can you appreciate your freedom from karma? Okay. And when you refrain from karma, you stop yourself from doing karma and sit down and meditate. Now that meditation also becomes another karma. Therefore, physically, you can never be free from karma. But spiritually, you are always free from karma. So when you recognize, in spite of karma, I am free from karma. And in spite of not doing karma, I am, as a human being, I am connected to karma. So when you see this one in the other, you are a wise man, sa buddhiman manusheshu, sa yuktaha, krishna karma krit. Brahmarpanam brahmahavir, brahmagno brahmanautam, brahmaiva tena gantavyam, brahma karma samadhina. Think of knowledge as a ritual in which all your karmas are offered unto Ishvara. All your karmas are offered into akarma. Okay. Therefore, the one who is offering is Brahman. The thing that is offered is Brahman. The fire into which you are offering is Brahman. The Devata which you are invoking is Brahman. So the whole process of this yajna is called a jnana yajna. So a ritual in the form of knowledge. So in the fire of knowledge, all differences are merged. There is only one whole, undivided, limitless, conscious being, which is Brahman. That Brahman is Ishvara also. That Brahman is Jiva also. That Brahman is Jagat also. So in this way, knowledge makes everything reduced to ash. The ash represents reality. When everything is destroyed, what remains is ash. Okay? That ash is reality. That reality is what you really are. As a spiritual being, you are the truth of creation. You are one with creation. The entire creation is within you. You are not in creation. The creation is within you. This is called Brahma Jnana. Shreyan Dravyamayat Yajnat Jnana Yajna Parantapa. Krishna talks about Jnana Yajna, this pursuit of knowledge, as a great sacred act. Just like you perform a ritual in which you invoke a devata, that is a sacred act. It gives you punya phalam. Similarly, this process of pursuing knowledge also is a very sacred act. Even studying the Bhagavad Gita, just chanting the Bhagavad Gita, reading the Bhagavad Gita, understanding the Bhagavad Gita, meditating on the meaning of Bhagavad Gita, learning from a teacher. All this is a very sacred act, and it will bless you, if not with absolute knowledge, at least it will give you a punya phalam. So that punya phalam will help you to move closer and closer to knowledge, if not in this life, maybe in the coming life. So even if this knowledge is not fully assimilated by you, Krishna says, my devotee will never perish. He will catch up again and again in forthcoming lives until he gains complete knowledge. Therefore, this yajna of knowledge is something very sacred, and it is much more higher than all other yajnas which involve material material things. So you can offer material things also in a yajna, but when you offer your ignorance in this yajna, you offer your ego in this yajna, in the fire of knowledge. That is the highest form of yajna. And in this yajna, the devata of the yajna is non-different from yourself. So this is the great discovery. Krishna says, please, if you are interested in absolute fulfillment, you have to go in search of a teacher. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Please go for that knowledge. Go in search of a teacher who can give you this knowledge. Pranipatena. Get this knowledge by uh, surrender. Pariprashnena. By repeatedly asking to clarify your doubts. Keep on asking questions until your last doubt is removed. Sevaya. Seva is the readiness to serve the teacher. Because what you get in return from the teacher is limitless. Okay, it is invaluable. So whatever you can offer unto the teacher, that is something small. What you get from the teacher is something invaluable. Therefore, be ready to be at the service of the teacher. Ask him a lot of questions and surrender unto him. Upadekshanti te jnanam. These teachers are wise people. They will impart knowledge to you because by nature they are jnanis and tattvadarshis. Jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. They are jnanis, they are knowledgeable, and they have experienced the truth of this knowledge. So it is not merely verbal knowledge, it is assimilated knowledge. They are tattvadarshi. They have actually recognized the nature of reality. It is not they talk of reality, but they are one with it. In the 4th chapter, Krishna praises knowledge. Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate. There is nothing as sacred as knowledge in this world, nothing as purifying as knowledge. Because knowledge is something that destroys all your karmas, it destroys all your limitations, it destroys all your sorrows and make you realize your oneness with Ishvara. As the one who is non-different from Ishvara. What is your sorrow? There is no room for sorrow. Therefore, Arjuna, recognize your real nature and be free from sorrow once and for all. What about those people who don't have jnanam but they are devoted to the Lord? Krishna says, Nahi jnanena sadrisham pavitram iha vidyate tat swayam yoga samsiddhaha kalena atmani vindate. Even if you don't get this knowledge fully, practice yoga, practice karma yoga, so that when you are established in yoga, you become a yoga samsiddha. By and by, you will come closer and closer to this knowledge. If you are not ready for this knowledge right now, Brahma Vidya is something very subtle. It is not the cup of tea for the average person. But everybody can practice Karma Yoga. Brahma Vidya is meant for a chosen few who are ready for it. Other people can also study Brahma Vidya, but they may not be ready for it. Therefore, prepare yourself for this knowledge through Karma Yoga. When you are perfected yourself through Karma Yoga, you are ready for knowledge. Okay. So when the student is ready, the teacher will come. Sometimes the student is not ready. The teacher has to wait for the student to become ready. So the teacher will give some yoga abhyasa, some practices like meditation, karma yoga, etc., to make the student ready. So sometimes the student becomes ready after the teacher has come. Sometimes the teacher comes when the student is ready. Either way, you require the practice of yoga to make yourself ready. You require the blessing of knowledge to make you complete. So what does the practice of karma yoga do? It makes you ready for knowledge. What does knowledge do for you? Knowledge makes you complete. So without knowledge, you remain incomplete. No matter how ready you are still incomplete. You require the blessing of knowledge, which transforms you from a jiva into Brahma. Until you come to knowledge, you see yourself as a jiva, as a limited being, subject to sorrow, subject to limitation. Once you have this knowledge, you have the X-ray eyes, which make you recognize that I am in reality nothing but the Supreme Being. Okay, thus the fourth chapter ends. The fifth chapter, Arjuna asks the same question. What is the difference between sannyasa and karma? Krishna, you seem to praise both sannyasa as well as karma. So please tell me what is beneficial for me? What is shreyas? Tadekam vada nishchitya. So Krishna says, sannyasa karma yoga nishreyasa karau ubhau. Tayosu karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. Both sannyasa and karma yoga. Sannyasa is the pursuit of knowledge, a lifestyle helpful for knowledge. Karma yoga is a lifestyle helpful for preparing yourself. Life of karma yoga, a life of a householder, helps you to prepare yourself for knowledge. A life of sannyasa, in which you renounce all karmas and pursue only knowledge and meditation. So there it takes you closer to knowledge. You engage in activities which will give you knowledge. Okay, so both of them are a blessing. Karma yoga also is a blessing. The grasta lifestyle, the sannyasa lifestyle, that is also a blessing, because in sannyasa you have more time, and you have less responsibilities. You have a greater commitment. In Karma Yoga, you have less time and you have more responsibilities. Therefore, you have to find time for Vedanta. You have to find time for knowledge. Okay, that's the only difference. The responsibilities alone are what keeps the grahastha separate from sannyasa. Both of them are beneficial, both of them are good, both of them are meant for different purpose. One is meant to make you ready, other is meant to make you complete. Okay. So between these two, tayosu karma sannyasat, karma yoga vishishyate. Between these two lifestyles, the lifestyle of karma yoga is stands out in terms of benefit. Karma yoga will benefit you more because it is meant for the average person. So everybody can pursue karma yoga. Very few can pursue sannyasa. Therefore, karma yoga vishishyate. That is the beauty of karma yoga. It is taking baby steps into a reality. Baby steps, anybody can follow it. At the same time, it is not mere baby steps. It is a very significant transformation. You move from idleness to activity. You move from activity to wisdom, or you can say uh, a life of wisdom, a life of wisdom in which you know what is right, what is wrong, you know where to draw the line, you also know what is important for you, so you don't get carried away by the usual current of life. The current of life will keep taking you away from yourself. It keeps taking you towards distractions away from your goal. That's a current of life. Okay, it keeps you taking you away from your track, and you require more effort to stay on track. So from a life of idleness, that is tamas, you move to a life of activity. You become more focused towards your goals. As a human being, you have dharma, artha, kama as your goals. Okay. And as you keep on graduating and fulfilling these goals, you also realize that there is not only a lifetime goal, but beyond lifetimes, the goal is moksha. Moksha is absolute freedom. That absolute freedom requires knowledge. So all activities that are conducive for knowledge, you pursue in the life of Karma Yoga. And if you are qualified for sannyasa, you take up to sannyasa. If you are qualified and if you are interested in sannyasa, you can take up to sannyasa to pursue knowledge exclusively. Okay. So between the steps and the goal, which is more important? Well, the steps are more important because the steps will take you to the goal. This is what Kabir said in his Doha. Between the Guru and Bhagwan, if both of them appear simultaneously before me, whom should I fall at? In whose feet I should fall first? He says, I would fall at the feet of the teacher because it is through the teacher I was introduced to the Lord. Therefore, all my thanks are to the teacher because he is the one who made me realize I am the Lord. Okay. For Kabir, the Guru was more important than the Lord, not in terms of Lord is not important, but Lord is a goal, the Guru is a means. I think I talked about this before. We asked Swamiji the same question, Swami Chinmayananji, who was my guru's guru. So I had the opportunity of having several satsangs with Swami Chinmayananji. So one of us asked him, whom would you prostrate to, the teacher or the guru? Chinmayananji laughed and he said, when the Lord comes, where do you think the guru will be? The guru will be flat at his feet. He won't stand for your namaskar. He himself will be doing namaskar to the Lord. That means what? The guru has himself recognized that the Lord is more important. Therefore, you don't have to make a choice. There's only one thing available for you. Well, go for the Lord because He is the goal. So, lifestyle of sannyasa will take you straight to the goal. A lifestyle of karma yoga will prepare you for the goal. Therefore, karma yoga vishishyate. Karma yoga is better than sannyasa in the sense of everyone can practice karma yoga, and karma yoga will lead to sannyasa. Very few people can uh, pursue a lifestyle of a sannyasi. Therefore, it is not meant for everyone. So, in that sense, karma yoga is better than sannyasa. Again, there is no conflict between karma yoga and sannyasa. Yat sankhyehi prapyate sthanam tad yogairapi gamyate. That goal which you hope to achieve through a life of sannyasa, that same goal is also achieved by a karma yogi. The goal of absolute freedom is through knowledge. That knowledge is available for a sannyasi. That knowledge is also available for a karma yogi. Therefore, you will not miss out on knowledge, whether you are a karma yogi or a sannyasi. Both are meant for knowledge, and knowledge is available for both. Therefore, ekam sankyam cha yogam cha. The one who sees sankhya, sannyasa lifestyle and yoga, karma yoga lifestyle as one. Sa pashyati. Such a person alone recognizes the ultimate knowledge. Yaha pashyati sa pashyati. The one who knows this fact that both karma yoga and sannyasa lead towards knowledge, and it is knowledge that makes you free. It is not the lifestyle that makes you free. Lifestyle can give you relative freedom. It is knowledge that gives you absolute freedom. Right? So, with this, Krishna makes sure that nothing is life is unimportant. Everything is life is important. Bhakti is important. Karma is important. Dhyanam is important. Jnanam, knowledge, the pursuit of knowledge is important. Sannyasa is important. Karma yoga is important. The grahastha is important. Sannyasi is important. Everything is important in its own place. You have to see the place for everything, and everything has to be in its place. This is Vedanta. Vedanta finds a place for every pursuit in this world. It finds a place for every philosophy in this world. At the same time, it says all philosophies, they can lead to absolute truth, provided they know their limitation. Provided you know the limitation of philosophy, you know the place of that philosophy, you also know the limitation of the philosophy. Every philosophy is a standpoint. Every standpoint has got some truth, and every standpoint has got a limitation. This is what we talk about as the 10 blind men exploring the elephant. Each person comes with a different version of elephant. One person says elephant like a pillar, another says it's like a rope, third person says elephant is like a tree trunk, a fourth fellow says elephant is like a fan, fifth fellow says elephant is like a wall, sixth fellow says elephant is like a spear. Okay, each of them experience elephant. So elephant is not a sphere, but elephant has got a spear-like element. Elephant is not a wall. Elephant has got something in common with the wall. So every philosophy, the philosophy which says nothing is real, that also is a standpoint. When one philosophy says God does not exist, that also is a standpoint. Every philosophy has a standpoint which speaks some truth, but you have to understand it has got a place where that standpoint is valid. Taken out of place, that standpoint is meaningless. So what is Vedanta? Vedanta is the whole picture in which you find all philosophies have a place and they all merge into a larger picture in which all the individual differences fall away, that oneness alone remains. Is what we talk about as holistic knowledge. Vedanta is holistic knowledge. It does not reject anything. It does not hold on to anything. It is a process of moving from one standpoint to another until you see the whole truth. Okay. This is called the X-ray vision. With the X-ray vision, you see the standpoint and you see the whole truth also. This is also what Bhagavad Gita is. Individual verses will give you different standpoints. When it all merges together, get the whole picture. Mhm. So the greatest truth is you are one, you are whole, you are undivided, you are limitless, you are timeless, you are a conscious being, you are a reality that is changeless. This is the truth about yourself. You're also a human being with your limitations. As a human beings, your limitations are significant. You have to work to overcome your limitations. You have to overcome your fears. You have to overcome your beliefs. You have to overcome war, disease, old age, sickness. You have to overcome differences of opinion, intolerance. As a human being, you have to overcome all this and come to a point when you say, what is in my hands, I will take charge of. What is beyond my hands, I surrender to the Lord. As a human being, I'm not in control of the world. I can only do my part. What is in my hand, I will do. I do not know my capacity until I test it. So I will keep testing my capacity. The more I test it, the more my capacities grow. But beyond that, there is a limit where I have to surrender and say, please, Lord, you take over. I am helpless. This is called Karma Yoga, Bhakti, surrender. As a human being, I can never control the universe. I can only surrender to the Lord and be in alignment with the Lord's universe. As the spiritual being, I am non-different from the universe. I am one, whole, undivided, limitless, conscious, changeless reality. I am one with the universe. There is no universe without me. There is only me. There is only me. There is only me. Not my ego, not my body, not my mind. There's only me, the one who is a witness of everything that appears. I am the witness of everything that appears. I am not the appearance. I am reality. I am reality. I am reality. Om. Swasti prajabhyah paripalayantam न्यायेन मार्गेण महिमैषा भो ब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं प्रकाशमस्ताश्विनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शुभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सत्त्वमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् नमस्कार time for questions.
Namaskar. I don't know whether I missed it, but this whole today's thing was on knowledge. Like Karma Yoga make you ready for knowledge. Knowledge will transform you from Jiva to Ishvara. What is this knowledge?
What is his knowledge? Okay. I talked about the X-ray vision. Okay. So knowledge is like an X-ray vision. It's called the Jnana Chakshu, the eye of knowledge, which helps you to see through the world of difference. You recognize the reality of oneness. Through the world of difference, recognize the reality of oneness. That oneness is untouched by difference. And that oneness happens to be what you are. Okay, so it is free from division. It is free from limitation. It is free from addition or subtraction. You cannot improve it. You cannot deplete it. It is Purnam, Purnamada, Purnamidam. Purnat Purnamudachyate. Everything that comes and goes comes from Purnam, goes back to Purnam. That Purnam cannot be less, it cannot become more. It is complete. So your essential nature is completeness. I don't need anything to become complete, and I don't have to fear that anything can make me incomplete. I am totally fulfilled. I am totally secure. So nothing can shake me. Even the greatest, Krishna says, even the greatest of misfortunes cannot break me, cannot shake me. I am breakable. So this is knowledge.
So how does one pursue this knowledge?
How do one pursue it?
Hmm.
Okay. Krishna made it very clear. Please pursue it by going to the Guru, asking for this knowledge. Keep on clarifying your doubts again and again until it becomes clearer and clearer. Okay. It's like a Polaroid camera. Okay. Once upon a time, we had that Polaroid camera.
Yes,
When you click a picture, that thing pops up,
instantly.
but you don't see anything.
You have to shake it like this.
And you're about to throw it away, and then you see slowly it becomes clearer and clearer until it becomes so clear it is complete. This knowledge also is like that. At the first shot, you expose to the teacher, everything goes above your head. Okay, your mind is blank. But repeatedly, as you keep on listening, things become clearer and clearer until a point comes and so clear you don't need a teacher now. You are independently seeing it for yourself. Yeah.
Thank you.
Perfect. Anyone else? Sure. Yes, Sengupta ji, can we close? Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, sir.
I had a wonderful time in Rishikesh, 5 days of continuous Vedanta. Morning, we had Taittiriya Upanishad, chanting also, and the explanation also. Then the afternoon, we had Nirvana Shatkam, Mano Buddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The 6 verses written by Shankaracharya. And evening, we had a workshop on what are your goals and how do you reach it, and what is more important in your life. So it was a beautiful experience. Plus morning, evening, we had temple aarti, and constantly we are on the bank of the river. So morning to evening, we had darshan of Gangaji. So it was a very beautiful experience.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.